Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Creamy Code. I am Pravinder Kaur and I aim to make you fall in love with code. We discussed in last two sessions like how Node was built in 2009 and it can run JavaScript outside the browser, how we can run various commands of Node in REPL terminal. Similarly, we can run those commands in the command prompt also using Node command. But today we will discuss a bit more detail like how we can create a JavaScript file using VS Code and what are modules in Node. So let's go to VS Code. So here is my VS Code. I have downloaded it from net. There are some of the tools that we can use for running Node is VS Code. Other is WebStorm and third one is NetBeans. These are like some of the tools. VS Code is open source provided by Microsoft. NetBeans is also good, but you need to install Java on your system before starting to work on it. WebStorm is a licensed product, but it has its own benefit. So I'm using VS Code and you can download like I said already. So let's move to a basic function on VS Code. So this is a very simple code I have created. We have already discussed this, like I'm trying to print a string and I'm trying to run one for loop on this. So how to run this one? I have one code already running. Okay. So I will clear my terminal and we will just start. Okay, just to give a basic how to create a file here. I have like opened this workspace I have already created on my system. I can create a file, normal file, any file, give any name and this JS, and similarly you can create these two commands, very simple we know, or we will execute this. You can see the output hello dear viewers and this output of a loop as expected. Okay, so we will just move to our PPT and discuss some of the theory today. And I will just set my... Okay, we will discuss modules today, like what are modules in Node.js. So module is a kind of a JavaScript library that is used in Node. There are two kinds of modules, inbuilt Node modules and user-defined modules. Inbuilt Node modules are like libraries provided by Node, and user-defined modules are the libraries or the files that are created by you. And the .js file that you are creating inside a Node is a module by default. And you can export deliberately or by default whole file is exported if you have not like make it private by choice. So we will discuss that in more in detail, but we will discuss how we have already used one inbuilt library of Node. But before that, we will discuss some of the inbuilt libraries that are provided by Node. So HTTP, this is used for creating HTTP server, HTTPS for HTTPS server, FS for handling file system, events for handling events, query, string, URL, assert, like buffer. These are other some of the inbuilt libraries. Then child underscore process, it helps to run a child process, cluster, crypto, and dgram, DNS used for DNS lookups, domain, it handles unhandled errors, it is deprecated now. Then net, it creates servers and clients, OS provides OS information, path, it handles file paths, readline handles readable streams one line at a time, stream used for streaming data. And further, it is string underscore decoder. It decodes buffer objects into strings, timers, TLS, TTY, util. It is used for access utility functions, V8, used to access information about V8. By the way, Node is built on Google Chrome V8 engine. It compiles JavaScript code in a virtual machine. Zlib, it is used for compressing and decompressing files. We will see that we will use some of these inbuilt libraries, and you will also use when you will be more expertise in Node. You will need these libraries from time to time and like for creating your programs. So we will discuss how we have already used HTTP inbuilt library, and I will show you the code for this. Here is my VS Code, and the file I'm talking about is this api.js. In first lecture only, we created one HTTPS server, and this is a similar server. We are typing a similar message, and this is the file I have created, and we are using this inbuilt library. We are assigning it to this constant, and this constant is further used to create server with request and response object. We are defining some of the parameter for response object as status code, which we are giving 200, which is for success. Then we are setting a header for response object, in which we are giving header means one of the header, that is content type, as text or plain, as you can change it as per requirement. And we are giving this message, that is hello viewers and subscriber, and this server we are listening on 8080 port. And if I run this code, first I will clear my terminal. Okay, it has done. So I will run this file node API, and it has already started executing. We can see that it is running, and we can see how and where it is running. We'll move to the browser. Okay, it is already running. This code we are seeing that is running, but I will show you how it will stop. Now if I execute this, okay, this has stopped because in VS Code I have already stopped this functionality. You can see I have already stopped this functionality node API, and that's why on browser we can see that this has been stopped. So I will run again. And we will move to the browser to see how it is working. So we can see that we are getting a success message. So like this is api.js, and we can also import it as a module in another file, like I am doing it in Node.js. I am importing it as a library, means by default this is a module and I am importing it. So if I stop this and clear this, if we will check now on Edge browser I am using, it has stopped executing. So we will move to VS Code again. So we can see that this api.js we are importing in new.js, and now we will execute this new file. It has already started running, and we will move to Edge to see the result. Yes. So we have discussed two kinds of modules today. One is user defined and other is inbuilt modules. We will discuss more things in details in Node. Thank you guys for joining this session today with me. It is really fun and learning experience along with you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, and please like, share and subscribe if you're interested. See you again. Bye bye.